Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another part of my 2024 album recap series. We're now on part 6, so we're just going to be going through the next 100 albums here. Again, like the previous episodes or previous parts, there'll be links in the description to check out the previous parts of this series. And then once we get through listing all the albums, we'll go through all of our stats about the various genres I listen to, the years, decades I listen to, and so on. So again, links in the description for the previous parts. And now I'm going to just bring up my spreadsheet here, and we're going to start off with the next 100 albums here. So first up in this batch, I listened to Megan Thee Stallion with Megan. After that was Ariana Grande with Dangerous Woman. And then hip hop, kind of classic early 90s album here with MC Hammer with Please Hammer, Don't Hurt 'Em. After that, I listened to Western Chill by Robert Earl Keen. I think that came out a little bit ago, and I think it was finally hitting streaming because I think it was like a physical only release for a while, and there was just enough demand that they ended up releasing it to streaming, which is pretty good. Um, After that, I listened to Amy Winehouse with Back to Black. It's just a classic album there. After that was John Summit with Comfort and Chaos. After that was Queensrÿche with Operation Mindcrime, and a coworker told me about that one. That one was pretty good. After that, I listened to Skankin Pickle with, I'm probably going to mispronounce the name of this, but Skafunkrastapunk? I guess it wasn't that bad. Yeah, Skafunkrastapunk. After that, I listened to Self Control by Norah Branigan. Obviously, the title track on that album was in Grand Theft Auto Vice City. And I think it was used in the trailer for, I think it was Maxine. And that's kind of what it spurred me on to listen to that entire album. But I mostly knew Self Control from Vice City. After that, I listened to For Life from Phases. Really good, kind of, I don't even know what genre. It was kind of, I guess, pop, I guess. But it came out in 2015, just a great album there. After that, I listened to The Velvet Underground with The Velvet Underground and Nico. After that, some heavy metal with Slayer's Rain and Blood. Great album. Actually, not all that long, like 30 minutes, but it's got Rain and Blood on it. Or Raining Blood, I should say. Raining Blood is a song. Rain in Blood is the album. So just a classic album from Slayer there. After that, I listened to Groovin' High by Dizzy Gillespie, so throw in some more jazz. After that was Electronic Pleasure by N-Trance. I think that was one of the albums where my friend in high school's brother, his older brother who's a DJ, I think imported that or like somehow got a hold of it. And I think that one has Stand Alive on it. I could be wrong, but they did a cover of Stand Alive, I think in like 1995. That was really good. After that, I listened to Asia by Asia. I think it's got Heat of the Moment on there. After that, I listened to Tangerine Dream and Zeit. Just kind of a great kind of ambient album there. After that was AJR with Neotheater. Then came Salute with True Magic. After that was Simon and Garfunkel, Parsley, Sage, Rosemary, and Thyme. Just a great album from them. After that, I listened to Diamond Life by Sade. Then, probably pronouncing this correctly, but Phryme, Phyrme, so maybe Phryme, I guess, a self-titled album there. After that, I listened to New Age of Earth from Ashra. I think that was kind of like an ambient album, for what I remember. After that was Cosmo's Factory from Creedence Clearwater Revival. Some more Robert Earl Keen with some more country music with A Bigger Piece of Sky. I've talked about that album on this channel before, but that's probably my favorite album from him. He's one of my favorite country performers. I've seen him live a handful of times. After that was Glass Houses by Billy Joel. It's a great one. After that was Feels Like Home by Norah Jones. Then into some Peter Gabriel with So. One of my favorite albums from him. Has like Sledgehammer and Big Time on it. That's a great one. Next up was Sammy Davis Jr. with Lonely is the Name. Then I listened to Shabuzi. Where I've Been Isn't Where I'm Going. That was a good album there. Then I listened to Boxer by The National. Kind of got turned on to The National because Aaron Dessner's in that, and he produced, I think Evermore and Folklore for Taylor Swift, as well as I think the second half of Tortured Poets Apart, which I like more than the first half, but got turned on to him from his connection with her. After that, I listened to the KLF and Justified. We're gonna have to pull this out a little bit here. And Justified Ancients of Moo Moo with Come Down Dawn. All right, there we go. So after that, I listened to I think it's pronounced Jajams, but JJAMZ. That was the former name of Phases before. I don't know if they necessarily did a genre change, but it was just a name change, I think. So I think it's pronounced Jajams or Jajams with their album Suicide Pact. Then I listened to Paramore with Riot. I think that was the first Paramore album I listened to, because I think 2 tracks on that were featured on either a combination of Guitar Hero and Rock Band, or like 2. I think it was That's What You Get When You Let Your Heart Win, and I think Misery Business are on that album. After that, I listened to Big Star, #1 record. Then next up, an absolute classic with Nirvana, MTV Unplugged in New York. That was actually the album that actually made me a fan of Nirvana, because I kind of didn't really listen to a whole lot of them before, and I think my friend had this album, and I ended up really liking it, and then ended up getting into the rest of their music through the Unplugged album. After that, I listened to Synchronicity by the Police, then Going Places by Yellow Swans. After that was Call Him a Doctor by GFOTY. Then after that was The Offspring with their self-titled album. Not my favorite album from them. I definitely think Smash is their best album, but this one was decent. It was pretty good. After that, I listened to Hawaiian Dreams by Joe Mays and his Chordsmen. That's kind of like some surf music. After that was Pink Moon by Nick Drake, a very short but just great kind of folk music, like folk album from the 70s. Really good. After that, I listened to Super Sexy Heartbreak by Mary Spender. That was really good. After that was Tuesday Night Music Club by Sheryl Crow. I think that was her first major debut or first major album. Has like, what's it called? All I Want to Do is on that. After that, I listened to the Presidents of the United States of America with their self-titled album. It's got like Peaches and Lump on there. It's kind of a classic. After that, I listened to Destroyer by Kiss. Next up was Metallica with their self-titled album, but the Black Album is what it's kind of known as. Has Enter Sandman on there. That's a great one. The next 2 albums are from the same artist, but I listened to Guns N' Roses, Use Your Illusion 1 and Use Your Illusion 2. Just pretty good album. I feel they do feel a little on the long side, but there are some great tracks on those 2 albums. After that was Bill Withers with Still Bill. After that, I listened to 07 When It Falls. That was kind of like almost like an ambient electronic album from what I remember. After that was Tango in the Night by Fleetwood Mac. Then I listened to Little Queen by Heart, followed by Daytona by Pusha T. After that was the Green Album from Weezer. After that was Smokey Robinson, A Quiet Storm. Next up was Secrets by Tony Braxton, just some great R&B there. Then I listened to Let's Talk About Feelings by Lagwagon. I think the song is called May 16th, I think. May 16th, and I think that was featured on Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. That's kind of what turned me on to giving that album a shot. After that, I listened to Williamette and Echo Park. I think that was an ambient record. After that, back to some country. We have The Woman in Me by Shania Twain. Then I listened to Crash by the Dave Matthews Band, followed by Live Alive by Stevie Ray Vaughan and Double Trouble. Just a great kind of blues rock album. After that, I listened to Shooting Rubber Bands at the Stars by Edie Brickell and the New Bohemians, I should say. Kind of only song I knew on there was, I don't even know what it's called. It's like the Choke Me in the Shallow Water Before I Get Too Deep. That's kind of like, I don't really want to say they're a one-hit wonder, but that's definitely the song they're most well known for. After that, I listened to Sam Cooke with Sam Cooke at the Copa. It's a live album there. After that was Cosmic Cadence with Empire of Oceans. After that, I listened to The Who with Who's Next. Followed by Eric Clapton in his performance on MTV Unplugged, and that one's also a classic. After that, I listened to Within and Without by Washed Out. After that was Clyro with Charm. Then I listened to Falling Into You by Celine Dion. Following up that with 10 Summoner's Tales by Sting. After that was Alpha with Dawn Chorus and the Infallible Sea. I think that was from an ambient record there. Some Led Zeppelin with Led Zeppelin 3. That's a classic. Some John Coltrane following that with Giant Steps. Then Emily Haynes and the Soft Skeleton with Knives Don't Have Your Back. It's a great one. I have that one on vinyl over there. After that, I listened to Ice Spice with Y2K. Absolutely did not like that album at all. Thought it was kind of bad. Luckily it was short at least. After that, I listened to Jelly Roll with Whitsit Chapel. Then I listened to Queen of the Blues by Coco Taylor. After that was Beat Happening with their self-titled album. Yeah, so Beat Happening. Some more ambient from Brian Eno. So it was Robert Fripp and Brian Eno with No Pussyfooting. Then I listened to No Control by Bad Religion. Followed that up by Tokyo Police Club and a lesson in crime. After that was Kids See Ghosts, which is Kanye West and Kid Cudi with Kids See Ghost. After that was Out of Step by Minor Threat. Following that is Like a Prayer by Madonna. Then I have Abandoned Mansion by Dr. Dog, kind of like 70s kind of folk rock almost. After that, more Creedence Clearwater Revival with Green River. Then some Bob Dylan with New Morning. That's got The Man in Me on it, which is kind of became, I think, I most know that song from The Big Lebowski. After that, some more country with Trisha Yearwood and the song Remembers When. Following that up with Special EFX and Global Village. That was like a jazz, coffee shop jazz album, basically. After that was the Backstreet Boys self-titled album. Then the Warsaw Village Band with, I'm probably going to mispronounce this, but Uo-Dzenie, I guess? Uwodzenie. Uo-Dzenie, or however you pronounce it. I can't really get that there. After that, we have Joan Baez with Joan Baez Volume 2. Under Rug Swept by Alanis Morissette. I think this is kind of around the time period that I was getting ready to go to the Alanis Morissette concert last summer. So yeah, Under Rug Swept by Alanis Morissette. Following that was Taylor Dupree with Fallen. Aretha Franklin with Lady Soul. Tommy Two-Tone with Tommy Two-Tone 2. Following that was with Wild Honey by the Beach Boys. Then Little Electric Chicken Heart by Anne Franco Altricio. Hoping I'm pronouncing that correctly. Last couple albums here, we have Havoc and Bright Lights by Alanis Morissette. Following that up, and the last album on this particular list is Morgan Wade and Reckless. So this was definitely around the time period of that concert because Morgan Wade was one of the opening acts for Alanis Morissette on that concert, in last summer. So yeah, that is the list of the kind of next 100 albums. Again, there'll be links in the description to check out the previous parts of this series, as well as a list of all the albums I just listed off. So again, that's going to do it for now. So remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. We'll be back in about a week with the next part of the series, and then we'll go through that until we have all the albums listed, and then we'll just do our charts and graphs and things like that. So again, that's going to do it for now. So thanks again for watching. Take care and have a good one. See ya.